Washington Post editorial board says that
and then I'm going to go to the back because we're running out of time.
Doesn't help those people though. That it takes money from the broader tax base, mostly made up of workers who didn't go to college, to subsidize education debt of people with valuable degrees. So sort of rebutting what you had just said. But beyond that, there are critics who are saying that this is not about the pandemic. It's not about those conditions. That this is about getting people to vote ahead of the midterms, and that the real national emergency is Democrats in the midterm elections.
Well, I mean, I disagree with everything that you just laid out. This is historical, what we're doing. It has never been done before. More than 120. Let me finish. More than 125,000. I mean, we've just gone back. You've made your point. I've made my point. I'm going to move on because we are actually running out of time. Go ahead, way in the back. Go ahead. No, way in the back.
What was giving President Biden hesitance about doing this program earlier, or the student loan forgiveness earlier this year? In other words, he dragged out this decision for a long time. Was he concerned about inflation? Was he, why didn't he make this call back in April?
Well, he wanted to do it in a fiscally balanced way. He made a campaign promise, and he wanted to stick to that campaign promise, which he did, and he actually exceeded that promise.
How often should we expect to see the president going forward on the campaign trail, this being the sort of first formal pre-midterm event? And separately, what do you say to those candidates who don't want to campaign with him given his low approval ratings or low popularity perhaps in some states? Tim Ryan in Ohio said, we haven't asked President Biden to come. We have no expectation or no plans to ask him to campaign. Michael Bennet in Colorado wouldn't even comment on it.
So I'll say this. Look, Democrats, as we know, has a lot to talk about. They have delivered for the American people, and especially as we've seen the last couple of weeks. Into politics from here, as you know very well,
but
Peter.
It's not politics.
Well, no, you asked me. You
control his schedule.
But you asked me. But you specifically asked me how much is he going to get out there to campaign. I can't.
But the White House does control his schedule.
Wait. I'm about to answer. I'm just saying that with a preface that I need to be careful on what I say. Look, the president loves to go out there, and
those candidates who don't want him to be with them.
Again, we have something. Democrats, especially the work that congressional Democrats have been.
I guess the president just accept that and says it's part of the deal.
Look, the president appreciates working with a lot of.
In Ohio, what a lot of the Democrats have in common, those who've been pushing back and sort of distancing themselves in this announcement, what they have in common is that they're pretty vulnerable politically, or they're in tough political races. Are you guys worried that you might have put more vulnerable Democrats in a tough spot, that you could have risked some of these races in November?
So, as you know, I can't get into politics from here, so I have to be very, very careful. I do want to talk through some polling. So if you look at the targeted student loan forgiveness, that the announcement that you heard from the Department of Education and the president, it's popular amongst American people. 3 recent polls show that the president's proposal, the 10,000K forgiven, is supported by majority of Americans. So their majority of Americans approve of this targeted approach that you heard from this administration, and I think that matters. I'm not.
It seems inevitable at this point. Is the administration prepared for potential legal challenges to the legal basis for the student loan?
So as you heard from the ambassador yesterday, she talked about this specifically because she was asked, and we saw our legal authority through the HEROES Act. That is the legal authority that we are using in order to move forward with this. Just a couple of things here is that the Department of Education and the Department of Justice Office of Legal Counsel have published, and this is what I was just talking about before, detailed opinions explaining the legal basis, that legal review for canceling student debt. That was one of the things that we took very seriously. We had mentioned this the past year almost. And again, the Secretary of Education has broad authority under the HEROES Act to take this action.
I understand that you guys believe you have the legal basis for it, that's why you did it, but are you prepared for the legal challenge?
I mean, look, I can't get into like any hypotheticals here. What we know and what we have done is taken a look of our legal authority and how we can make this happen, and we went with the HEROES Act, and we feel pretty confident about that. But I just don't want to get into hypotheticals on that at this time.